Hello, parents, and welcome to Mr. Charlton's biology class for our open house. Hopefully, this isn't the first time you've seen me. You've seen some of the videos I send out every week, but this is a special video because I wanted to go over kind of how the class works and how it flows to hopefully answer any questions you might have. First, let me start by saying thank you for taking your time out of your busy lives to watch this video and to go over this information with me, because I know right now it's difficult times for everybody and we're all doing the best we can. And given the fact that, we're working from home here, as far as the students are working from home, it's not the optimal situation at all. And so I don't pretend to know what your schedule is, just like I don't pretend to know what the student's schedule is. And we all are just working to do the best we can. So let's run down some of the things that are going on with class. So my name is Mr. Charlton. I teach biology. I also teach chemistry, and I'm also the AVID coordinator for the school as well. So let's talk about digital learning. So like I said, we all get that this is not the best situation. I would prefer to have your students in class with me, where we could be doing a lot more labs, a lot more hands-on activities. I could work with them on a daily basis. Unfortunately, given the circumstances that we're in, that's just not possible right now for everybody's safety. So given that, we're doing the best we can. And I wanted to kind of outline two of the things that go along with digital learning, because I have taught at high schools that are online with online programs. And so I've seen these things happen before. What does digital learning require? It requires that students are, for lack of a better term, into their work. They are motivated to get their work done. It's not, I'm going to wait till somebody tells me what to do. I'm going to wait till somebody, wakes me up. I'm not going to wait till my mom walks by and says, "Did you do your homework?" It requires them, even more than regular school, to be on top of what they need to get done and manage their time. And so I know there are some teachers who run classes where it's like, come to class, then do homework, then come to class and do homework. And what I'm trying to push with the students, just to help them later on in life, is to be independent, is to say, here's what I need to do this week, and I'm going to dictate my schedule on how I get it done. And we'll get into how that looks in my class in just a bit. So managing their time, avoiding distractions, saying this is my time to work, this is my time to play, and being able to like balance their life that way. The other thing that digital learning really requires to be successful at is you have to reach out for help. What is missing is I don't see them every day. And so I can't see them in class going, having that look on their face like, I don't get this, or I need help, or them raising their hands. We don't get that opportunity. And so if they're not understanding something, or they don't know what they're supposed to do or how they're supposed to do it, they have to get in the habit of reaching out for help. And at the end of this video is my contact information that I've already given to the students. It's already posted in our notebook, but you'll have it as well, to make sure that they're reaching out for the help and saying, like, I don't get this. And that's okay. Let's sit down and do something about it. And then the other thing is a person monitoring them. I mean, I talk to students a lot, and, moms and dads and guardians are all working. And so the student may be at home by themselves. And it's like, they have to be able to monitor that, because I'm not able to walk around the room and go, hey, let's get back on task. Hey, let's get to work. Let's get this done. Do you have any questions? They don't have that presence. And so it's real easy to just let stuff slide because there's not somebody kind of pushing you the whole time. And so that right there, if we can get over those hurdles, that right there is going to fix like 80% of the potential problems with the class. Those are the things I've seen in the past that students struggle with. All right. Okay, so how does my weekly schedule roll? This is how my weekly schedule pretty much goes. Every Monday, I put out all the work for the week, and it's all due the following Monday. So they get the whole 7 days to work on it however they want. If they want to bust it all out on Monday and be done with it, great. If they want to do a little bit every day, great. If they want to understand it and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday get it done, still not a problem. That's fine too. And then on Sunday nights, I give them a Jupyter message with the videos. Hopefully you've seen these videos, because I send them to the parents as well. Every week I I make a video of what each assignment is and how to do each assignment. And then, so that's what they get from me every Monday. They get a video that goes over every assignment. They get the assignment, the instructions, everything for the week. and they have a whole week to get it done. As far as the meetings we have during the week, so they're either going to see me on Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, depending on which period they have. And what do we do in those meetings is I go over the assignments for the week. I answer any questions, always answering questions if they have them. And I will either do notes on the stuff we're learning, or I'll show them how to do one of the assignments. Like this last week, I showed them how to graph precipitation in a bar graph, and then they had to go make 2 more on their own. You know, whatever support that I think they need that week is what I do in the check-in meetings. So I'm not doing any new stuff other than supporting them with the work for the week. So yes, attendance is required in those check-in meetings, and we're required to tell the office whether they attended or not. But it also is very helpful. The students who are coming to the check-in meetings shouldn't have much of a problem with the class, hopefully. Fridays. Now, Fridays is a little different. Fridays, there are check-in meetings, but what I ask of the students on Fridays is to come into the meeting, write something in the chat for attendance. They do that on the rest of the week as well. So if they don't write anything in the chat, I don't have a record that they were there. And so it's very difficult with video conferencing. It's not like I can look across the classroom and point everybody out. I have to see that they wrote something in the chat. So just being there doesn't get them attendance. They have to write something in. So on Fridays, they write something in. Now, if they have questions, Friday is just an open session. They can come in. It's like coming to my classroom when I'm doing tutoring or something. They can just come in, ask me questions, say, I need help with this, I don't get this, and I'll sit and I'll help every student until we're done. If they don't have questions on Friday, all they gotta do is come in, write something in the chat, and they can leave. And so it's a support. Fridays is a support for the students who might be struggling. So if you've got a student who's not doing well with their assignments, remind them that Friday is the day they should come in and ask for help if they need help with anything. Okay? So that's how the week kind of flows. I give them all the work on Monday, it's due the following Monday, and then the meetings during the week are to help support them. All right, where do they get their assignments? This might be probably the sticking point for my class compared to all the other classes. I know that the majority of classes at Castle Park are using Google Classroom. I have chosen not to use Google Classroom because I find it to be a very limited program. I have actually created an online notebook that has all the assignments for all the weeks, all the information for the class, all the links, all the pictures, all the instructions, all the videos, everything that I can think of that will help students is all in one spot. And I can't do that with Google Classroom because the way Google Classroom works. So I decided to use Microsoft 365, which is office.com. Now, your students already have an account with office.com, and this is one of the things I send in the introductory message to them, is how to log into this. I create videos for pretty much all the things that I think they need help with. So if they reach out to me on Jupyter and say, hey, I don't know how to log into my online notebook, I'll shoot them back a YouTube video that walks them through it. Hey, I don't know how to turn in my assignments. I'll shoot them a video that shows them how to walk them through it. Okay, because typing it up in words doesn't always work. So I make videos for this stuff, and all my videos are through YouTube, which they can access on phones or other devices. So let me show you the online notebook, since we're talking about it, and why I have chosen to use this. Oops, is the one. All right, so once they get into the online notebook, this is what they are going to see. They're not going to see all their names. They're only going to see their name. This is the teacher version. Their work right here in content library. So they come inside the content library, and 2 sections will open up. One is biology semester 1. The other one is class information. They click on class information. This section is exactly what you would think it'd be, the information for the class. So when you click on a section, the pages here change. So these are like a section in a notebook, and these are the pages of a notebook, if you want to think of it that way. So I have the syllabus for the class and all the rules and guidance. I have the daily schedule for like their schedule of classes in case they ever forget when their times of their classes meet. I have check-in meetings, so if they ever forget when am I supposed to go to the check-in meeting, I have the schedule. These are the links right here, so they can actually click on that and it comes right into the meeting for the class. And if they ever forget how to turn in assignments, there's a page for that through Jupyter Grades, and there's a video link right there where they can click on that and it'll take them to YouTube and show them how to turn in assignments on Jupyter. So that is the class information, but that's not where their assignments are. Their assignments are right here in biology semester 1. And so the way it works is when you click this, you're gonna see weeks. And so this is week 1, which was back on August 3rd, all the way to October 10th or October 2nd. And so every week I give them a new page. So week 1, this is what they get. And then if you want to see next week's work, you click on week 2. And if you want to see next week's work, you click on week 3. And so what are they going to get every week? Every week they get the check-in meeting information to remind them, along with a link. I tell them the topics for the week, a description of why we're doing what we're doing. This is a link to a video that goes over the assignments for the week in detail and says, this is what you need to do for assignment 1. This is what you need to do for assignment 2. So if their instructions don't work for them, they should watch that video. Here in yellow, I give them an actual list of this is what you need to do each week, to kind of give them a checklist of make sure you do that, make sure you do that, make sure you do that, make sure you do that. So that way they can kind of check each week and go, did I do everything I'm supposed to? Yeah, I did. Again, if they ever forget how to turn things in on Jupyter, there's another movie I made for them right there. And then below that is when the assignment starts. So assignment number 1 was to explore levels of organization. This is week 2. I give them a link to a website that shows them some information, and then they had to create this on their own. We'll get into the work that they produce in just a second. And then they keep scrolling down. Week number 2 was to take notes. And here's the thing. Whenever we take notes or do something in the check-in meetings, I will take a picture and upload the notes that we did in that class. So if they missed it, they were absent, whatever, it's always in here. So these are the notes we took right there, along with right there, and a little bit right there. And so that way they can see it even if they missed it. This was an essential question. They had to answer this question, and we did the first one together. So I took a picture of it and put them in. And then they have to take an online quiz, and those quizzes are in Jupyter. And so this is the way it works every week. So let's jump into week 5, which is this week that you're watching this right now. What are they going to need to do this week? Well, we have kind of a shortened week because of a funny schedule. And so this week they are doing graphing of temperature and a quiz on the water cycle. So those are the 2 things they need to do. They need to make 3 graphs of temperature, and they need to take an online quiz. And then I give them the data for the graphs right there. And then there's the quiz information right there. And again, this week on Wednesday, what am I going to do? I'm going to show them how to graph one of these with me. So when they come to the check-in meeting on Wednesday or Thursday, I'm going to show them how to do this. So there really is no excuse to say, I don't know how to do something. Plus, I made a video of how to do it as well that's linked right here. So if they go, how am I supposed to do this assignment? There's a video link right there. And so that way you don't have to wait for a response from me. You can actually go learn on your own. Again, that's the whole theme with digital learning. They got to learn on their own. They got to seek out information. They can't just sit around and wait for somebody to tell them. They got to go find it. But it's here. It's all here. And so that's the online notebook, and that's pretty much how things roll with this class. So even if they missed week 1, week 2, week 3, they can go back right now and they can fix that work and turn in those assignments. So let's talk about turning in assignments. Let me bring this back up. Okay. So turning in work. Let's move that over, shall we? All right. So here's the way my class is a little different. In Google Classroom, it shoots you like a Word document. Students fill it out like a worksheet, and then they hit turn in at the top. That is a lot simpler, I will agree, but it also just seems very brainless. And I want the students to be able to create their own work. So I give assignments like I did on the online notebook, and the students have an option of creating it however works best for them. If they are very savvy with using a computer, they can create their work on the computer, make files on Word or PowerPoint or wherever they want to make it, and then they can upload those files into Jupyter. If they are not computer savvy and they don't feel very comfortable with the computer, they can do everything on a piece of paper. And when they go to turn it in, they can take like a phone or another camera, take a picture of it, and then on their phone, they go into Jupyter and they can put that picture right into Jupyter. And so I know a lot of students prefer working on paper, and so I've made this system so that they can work on paper or on the computer. And either way is fine with me. I'm flexible that way. And so the reason I want them to put it directly into Jupyter is because that way when I go to grade assignments, I will see their picture or their file, and I can give them a grade, and I can put comments right next to it. And so that helps them with becoming a better student, because I can like grade like a concept map, and I can say, you did really good with this. You need to work on that. Make sure you check for this. And that way, when they go and do it again, they can see those comments and know, okay, this is how I lost points last time. I don't want to lose those points again. So that's how we turn in work. They can do it on paper or on the computer. If they do it on paper, they have to take a picture of it. If they do it on the computer, they just have to save the file and upload it. And again, I have videos that show them how to do both of those. So if they need any help, reach out to me and I will help them with it. Okay, oops, sorry. All right, grades. Let's talk about grades because I'll be honest with you, grades are no good right now. We've got some students who are doing a fantastic job with their grades and they're on top of their work. And I would say I got almost about half the class, maybe even more than that, that's really just not turning things in. And I don't, again, we're back to the situation. I don't know why they're not turning things in. They haven't reached out for any help. They haven't said anything to me. So I don't know if they're not turning in because they don't get it. I'm not sure if they're not turning in because they just didn't want to do it. I'm not sure if they don't know how to turn it in. I don't know what's going on. And until they reach out and ask for help, I can't tell them why. So here's how their work goes. In my class, this is based on what you know. So, I know a lot of teachers base it on just pump out work and you get an A in the class. Doing the work is to help you understand the knowledge. So I give them a weekly quiz usually. Those quizzes are going to be worth 40% of their grade. So they need to make sure that they actually understand what they're doing, not just do it. Because, let's be honest. With the digital environment, it's easier to copy than ever. And so if you copy something, sure, you'll get 25% of your credit, but you'll still do poorly on the quiz. And so I tell them, you're just hurting yourself. You copy off another student and you don't understand it, you're going to do poorly on the quiz. So that's very important for students to keep in mind. Make sure they understand what they're doing, not just do it to say I did it. All right, late work. I have been very lenient with the students these first 4 weeks because I realized that people are getting adjusted to digital learning. Students have had their schedules changed. There's all sorts of shenanigans going on that it doesn't seem fair for me to say, you weren't here, you didn't do it on time. So I'm not going to do that. This week, I'm giving them only 2 things to do, and they have the whole week to get them done. So they should have a lot of extra time this week. So they can go back and get week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 work, do it, and still turn it in, and I will give everybody full credit. But come the middle of September, I'm going to eventually just say, no more late work is accepted. I can't just keep letting people not do their work for 6, 7, 8 weeks in a row. It's just not going to happen. And then we will be in a rotation where they got to get their work done that week, and then they can turn it in for late work the next week. And then after that next week, it's just not going to be accepted. And they need to get into this rhythm as a high school student of, I need to do my work now, not wait until somebody forces me to do that. That really is a mind shift that I need to see out. All right. All right. And then my contact information. So probably the best 2 ways to get a hold of me quickly is a Jupyter message, or that's my cell phone number, and to send a text to that cell phone number. Those are usually the 2 best ways to get a hold of me quick. The email I do check probably once every day, maybe twice, once every 2 days, depending on the week. But Jupyter messages I'm pretty much on top of daily, if not every couple hours. Text messages come to my phone, so I'm pretty much on top of that within hours, if they're less. And so they can reach out to me anytime. I'm not saying I always reply at 10 o'clock at night or midnight, but I will get to it as soon as I'm available and I get to it. So you can reach me at those methods, or students can reach me at those methods. I have no problem with that. All right. So that's kind of the class. I know it's a little quick here, but I just wanted to be able to give you this so that you know why the student may be getting the grade that they're getting. And if you have any questions about any of the stuff that I've talked about here or anything else for the class, please reach out to me and let me know, and we'll figure it out and we'll get it done. All right. I want to thank you all again for giving me your time. I appreciate it. And I want to say have a great rest of your week.